This is my jungle temple complex on a 2 foot by 2 foot or 60 centimeter by 60 centimeter board. I'm going to run through the main elements and how I put them together. The temple complex was designed as the Endzone for Lizardman Bloodbowl pitch. It contains elements that can be used for other game systems. The main pieces are a dais for the skink priest, a skink spawning pool, a ziggurat, a scatter template, a funeral pyre for dead players, and a Saurus camera crew. These pieces can be removed for use as terrain or objective markers. The dais is the most technically complex element. In Bloodbowl it can be used to keep track of rerolls, it's a scoreboard, and has a removable shaman to represent an apothecary. I used a few items from Irongate scenery and began building up the main structure. I used the Green Stuff World Aztec roller to create the decorative stonework. For the LED lights I had to drill through one of the columns. I repeatedly tested the LEDs throughout the build. The braziers were really hard work as I embedded the buttons into the steps. I have one 12-volt battery for the braziers and another for the lights on the top platform. This is the end result prior to painting. I created a small tool to operate the lights, and I have a 5th LED in the torch next to the funeral pyre. These lights will be turned off as I use my rerolls. I embedded magnets in the column and stairs and drilled a steel rod into the feet of a terror wing and the skink priest. This allows me to easily add or remove them from the terrain. The hooks are designed to hang metal feathers. This is a scoreboard to keep track of touchdowns by the home and away teams. The pyre was made out of twigs and horsehair to represent bundles of reeds, with ash around the base to show there have been previous fires. The skinks and chameleon required minor remodelling to turn them into casualties. In contrast, the scatter template was the easiest bit of terrain. This is what a scatter template normally looks like. I replaced the numbers with real Amazonite stones. The ziggurat was the first piece of terrain for the project. It's a blue foam structure with individual tiles stuck on to represent stone blocks. This gives much more variation to the thickness of those blocks compared to cutting square shapes into a flat piece of foam. Each level is 5 centimeters wide, so it can be used for war games. There are holes for the bases of the Bloodbowl team. A small spawning pool looks cool and serves as a dice holder. The solar engine on top acts as a floodlight for the game. It can be removed, revealing a secret chute. And there's even a Bluetooth speaker hidden inside so I can pump crowd or jungle noises onto the board. The adjacent skink spawning pool serves as a dice rolling pit. The spawning pool has advertising hoardings on the front. It started as a blue foam structure with smaller steps at the back for the newly spawned Lizardmen, and wider steps and fancy herringbone stonework at the front. I built the wooden hoarding using balsa wood. To decorate them, I printed the signs onto paper and carefully applied them. In retrospect, I should have painted the stonework before the signs, but I was too impatient. The last thing to do was to model a skink emerging from the pool and then do a resin pour in 3 stages. I used a mixture of materials and techniques to create the end zone and last few rows of the pitch. My favourite piece of the whole set is this Saurus camera crew. There's so much going on here that it probably warrants its own video. So there we have it. Let me know in the comments box what you think. Bye.